Hold on, sir. Hello, welcome to the
Welcome to
learnership. Hold on. Welcome to the learnership booklet. Go ahead, Harry. I'm trying to go live now.
Welcome to the Learner Tree Book Club, August 7th, 2021. Book club members meet on first Saturday for 1.5 hours for 2 p.m. to from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Harry Noel Chia and I'm in the first grade.
Hi, I'm Miriam, and I am in fourth grade.
Hi, my name is Sarah and I am one grade.
I'm Meredith McGee, and I'm a member of the Learnership Book Club, and I'm in Jackson, Mississippi.
Hello, I'm Vicki Jenkins, and I'm the Vice President of the Learning Tree Book Club here in Jackson, Mississippi. Also, too, as we say, welcome to the program. Welcome to class.
Marianne, you can read first.
Yes? Okay. So today I'm going to be reading There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed Some Snow.
Okay.
There was a cold lady who swallowed some snow. I don't know why she swallowed some snow. Perhaps you know. There was a cold lady who swallowed a pipe. She wasn't the type to gulp down a pipe. She swallowed the pipe to warm her 10 toes that tickled and tingled from layers of snow. I don't know why she swallowed some snow. Perhaps you know. There was a cold lady who swallowed some coal. What was her goal when she gobbled the coal? She swallowed the coal to keep her pipes aglow. She swallowed the pipe to warm her 10 toes that tickled and tingled from layers of snow. I don't know why she swallowed some snow. Perhaps you know. There was a cold lady who swallowed a hat. Imagine that, a black brimmed hat. She swallowed the hat before she froze. She swallowed the coal to keep her pipes aglow. She swallowed the pipe to warm her 10 toes that tickled and tinkled from layers of snow. I don't know why she swallowed some snow. Perhaps you know. There was a cold lady who swallowed a scarf, a long striped scarf. She tried not to barf. She swallowed the pipe to warm her 10 toes that tickled and tinkled from layers of snow. I don't know why she swallowed some snow. Perhaps you know. There was a cold lady who swallowed a stick, a long brown branch. What a pick! She swallowed the stick to push down the snow. She swallowed the hat before she froze. She swallowed the coal to keep her pipes blow. She swallowed the scarf because it was so cold. She swallowed the stick to push down the snow. She swallowed the hat before she froze. She swallowed the coal to keep her pipes blow. She swallowed the pipe to warm her 10 toes that tickled and tingled from layers of snow. I don't know why she swallowed some snow. Perhaps you know. Now this cold lady had quite enough. So she thought, and she thought, and came up with a plan. She hiccuped twice and out popped a snowman. And done.
Miriam, you
Yes?
said you done. Oh,
Yes.
give us some points that you really liked about the story and the character.
Okay, what I really like about the character is that she's funny and she swallowed all sorts of different things that we're not supposed to. And she just swallowed some things to make a snowman.
Oh wow. What did she swallow that she wasn't supposed to swallow?
Like a pipe, snow, a stick, some coal.
Wow. She sure did she? Anybody else have any other questions? And hey, Elsie and Michelle and Vicky. Anybody else have any questions? Well, that was a very good story. Okay, Solomon, are you ready? And look, I've been thinking she's 5. She's 6, you guys. She's still really so good to be 6 years old. Okay, she's in first grade. You ready? Tell us what you're reading.
I'm reading What Animals Eat.
What animals eat? All right. Okay.
Look at the bird. He likes to eat flowers. Look at the bug on the plant. She likes to eat plants. The frog likes to eat. The frog likes to eat. Look at him jump up to catch a bug. The bat can catch a bug too. He likes to eat bugs at night.
What does he like to eat?
Bugs. The fish likes to eat a worm in the water. Look at the rabbit. She can sit in the grass. She likes to eat a plant in the grass.
Now, who is this like to eat grass?
A rabbit.
The rabbit, okay.
Look at the horse. He likes to eat grass. Look at the caterpillar. The caterpillar likes to eat plants. Look at all the animals. They like to eat and eat and eat. Yeah.
Very good. So tell us some things that you like about your book.
So the things I like in my book that tells us about animals and what they eat.
Yeah, their diet's a little different from ours, huh? Yeah, sounds like it. Well, very good. Okay, so Harry, are you next, or Michelle? Do you want to go next?
Miss Meredith, she's gonna talk about the Frida book. She doesn't have it on her though, but she's gonna talk about it.
Okay, she's gonna talk about a book that she read.
Yeah, the Frida book.
Oh, hey, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Wonderful. Good to see you, girl. Okay. So what's the name of the book you read?
Frida Kahlo.
Who wrote it?
I don't remember much about the book.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, go ahead. You have the floor.
The only thing I remember about the book is when she was a teenager and she got into a bus accident and she started painting. She became very good at it and she married a famous painter. She moved to America and she didn't feel as home as Mexico, and she started to paint sad paintings about the place.
And you say she, and what's her name?
Frida.
Her name is Frida. That's a book you got in the mail. Okay, that's a book you got in the mail. So tell us, so she married a piano player. What did she do?
Married a famous painter.
Oh, famous painter. Okay, and what did she do?
Paint.
Huh?
He painted too.
Oh, they were both painters. Okay, I had never read the book. I know what you're talking about. You got it in the mail. But I hadn't heard anything about it. So they were both from Mexico?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so they became famous painters. Okay, very good. Very good. Well, thanks for sharing that story with us. let's see. So, Elsie, are you have anything to read?
I was reading a book called The Cost of Knowing, from Brittany Morris. And it's about two young boys who their parents died, but they have a curse with them since their parents died, that they can see the future, right? So both of them are haunted by this curse that every time they touch someone, or they can literally see what's gonna happen in the future, you know, both of them. So it was a good book for me to read, even though it wasn't like really my type of read.
Oh yes, it was an inspirational book. A story,
No,
like a memoir or
yeah,
fiction. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Like two young brothers, two colored skin boys, right? So it was very a very good read, you know, for us people of color, you know. So and right now I'm working on this new one, Under the Tuscan Sun.
Let me see that one.
I don't think you could. I think, hold on, let me fix my background. I think it's my background. Yeah, yeah, Under the Tuscan Sun.
Oh yeah, that looks like an interesting read. Yeah.
Yeah, this one
What
is
now? What is that? Is that
it's
truth?
it's based in Europe, right? In Italy. And this lady, she goes there and buys this old house that has a lot of history. This old abandoned house, nobody wanted it. And it start telling her story, like she goes back to America to take breaks, and then she go back to the house. You know, she's trying to restore this house. I like these stories where, you know, those old time stories. I really like stuff with the past. I do love stories, but you know, I'm not, you know, I mean, if I want to get a love story, I just go and watch Hallmark Channel or Hallmark movie. Pretty much
Yeah.
ends the same, and that's not real life.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh, so thanks for sharing. And I'm like you. I like memoirs and biographies too. Well, Miss Georgia, thank you for coming. So Harry, did you want to go next?
So
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, Miss Georgia. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, thank you so much. And we're just taking turns reading for 5 minutes, and then the listeners ask the reader questions, and we just enjoy the stories and move from one reader to the next.
Fantastic.
Yes,
so
Thank
this
ma'am.
you.
book actually has more than one story. Has
Okay.
more than one story. So I'm gonna read as many stories as I can. Seth and Beth. Seth and Beth meet at the path. Beth has a big map. It can help. They will go and see Bob Frog. The trip is far. Seth and Beth pass Ben. Can Ben can see them. Seth tips his cap. Then Ben tips his cap. The trip is for Seth and Beth pass Sam. Sam can see them, and Sam tipped their hat. Seth and Sam tip their hats. Beth and Seth pass Huck Duck. They are at Blue Pond. Huck can see them. Where is Bob Frog? Yells Beth yells. Does Bob Frog live here? Seth asks. Bob Frog is in the pond. Huck quacks. Get up, Bob Frog, Steph and Beth call. Play with us. This is fun. It is fun. And that's the end of that story.
Everybody in that store had their name started with S's, huh?
Wait, let me check. No.
Oh, I heard a Seth and a Sam.
No,
Tell us.
Seth
Go ahead.
had,
Go ahead.
there's Seth, Beth, Ben, Sam, Huck Duck, Bob, and Bob Frog.
Okay, so tell us something about those characters. Here.
So they meet at a path and they're looking for Bob Frog, and they pass some of their friends.
What did you say they're looking for?
Bob Frog to play with him.
Oh, I get you. Okay, then. Well, that's a very good story. Okay, so you want to read another one, or you want to listen one else read, and then you can come back?
I'll read another one next month.
Okay. All right, very good. Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit of my new book. It's called Malcolm Little, the boy who grew up to become Malcolm X. Have you guys ever heard of Malcolm X? Nobody? Okay, so Malcolm X's favorite.
You asked if anybody had heard of Malcolm X. I said, I have.
Thank
I
you.
I have
too.
Okay. The adults have heard of Malcolm X and the children have not. But this is wonderful that I get to read something about Malcolm X, which was written by his daughter. I don't want to mess this up. Elisa Shabazz, daughter of Malcolm X. Boy, this illustration really looks like Malcolm X. Okay, I'm gonna read a few pages. Okay. Malcolm Little, that was his original name, and he changed it from Little. He's Muslim because X stands for the unknown. Hey, Lynette. Wow. Okay, so I guess this is a picture, an illustrated picture of Malcolm X's mother and father. I'm gonna read one page. Malcolm X was one of the most influential men in American history. But before he became Malcolm X, he was Malcolm Little. Malcolm was born on May 19, 1925, in the small Midwestern town of Omaha, Nebraska. I'm sorry, he was born in a tight-knit family with parents who not only encouraged his natural curiosity, but also taught him lessons about discipline, fortitude, and self-determination. Malcolm's father was Earl Little. Aaron, what does self-determination mean? You know, what about you, Michelle or Marianne? What does self-determination mean?
Self-determination is like is like for example, like if you break a crayon, it's you break something, so it's but it breaks by itself. So I don't know how to explain it though.
Okay. Well, anybody else want to try to define the self-determination?
Self-determination is like when you're determined to do something. It's like when you are determined to do something.
Okay, well that's a great explanation of self-determination. So that's one of the things that his parents taught him: discipline, fortitude, and self-determination. Now, I'll describe what you think when you think of discipline. What is discipline? His parents taught him discipline.
Discipline means to teach him to behave.
Very good. Why is that important to be disciplined?
Because he needs to behave and do what is right.
That's very good. Very, very good. Now I'd have to ask our school teacher about this fortitude word, or I'd have to look it up. But anyway, she's on mute right now. So I'm gonna go to the next paragraph. Malcolm's father was Earl Little, but there was nothing little about him. Okay. Papa Earl was strong, broad, and a towering man. His smooth, dark skin was as beautiful as the midnight sky. His voice resounded like gentle thunder wherever he spoke. His protection and guidance stretched up and around his family like the great live oak trees in his home state of Georgia. Malcolm's mother was Louise Norton. Louise was born in the island country of Grenada, West Indies. It was a place known as the Spice Island, where the sweet smell of nutmeg and cocoa swirled together in the tropical air. Louise was a bright student who excelled at reading and math. She began asking questions at an early age about the mistreatment of people of color in her hometown. What does that mean? What do you think that she was protesting? She started asking questions about the mistreatment of people of color in her hometown. Give me an example of the mistreatment of people of color in your community. Are you answering? Oh, I can't hear you, Michelle.
They are always killing Black people where I live.
Oh yeah, where do you live?
Belize.
Wow. And who is they? You mean like the police or
The police. The police here.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, we had that problem here with black on black and police on black. After Louise graduated from school, she left for Montreal, Canada to join her uncle, um, Egerton, who was the co-founder of the Marcus Garvey movement. Marcus Garvey is a very important man in history. If you can read about him, please buy a book about him and Malcolm X. Okay, followers of Garvey believe that all humans are created equal and should be treated equally. In Montreal, Louise met the giant gentleman named Earl Little. Both of them had traveled to Montreal, focusing on joining the struggle for freedom and justice. Wow. Earl and Louise were soon married. The happy couple moved to the rural Midwest and soon became the parents of 7 children: Wilford, Hilda, Filbert, Malcolm, Reginald, Yvonne, and Wesley. Earl and Louise cherished their family and instilled in their children values of faith in God, self-love, of honesty and integrity, and of brotherhood and equality. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there, you guys, and let someone else read. Does anyone have any questions to ask me about what I read about Malcolm Little, better known as Malcolm X? And I encourage everybody, especially young people, to study about Malcolm X.
Where does the name Shabazz come from in their name? Shabazz?
Malcolm X and his wife, from my understanding, they took that name to replace X. At first, it was X the unknown. Then they chose Shabazz, a Muslim name, and they got rid of the what he called the slave master name, which was Little, the name that came from slavery time. So that's why they changed it. Yeah, that's my understanding. And any other questions or comments? Who's reading next? Lynette, were you reading? What you got, Vicky?
Hey, I'll will read a little something. How you doing?
Okay, you say you got something?
Yeah, I'll read a little something.
Okay, good. Hey, Lynette.
Okay, how you all doing?
It's all right. It's so good to have a school teacher in the building.
I'm glad to see everybody.
Yeah,
the name, I'll send you the information. Name of the book is you know I'm on delay. I'm sorry about that. The name of the book is Beatrice's Goat, and it's by Paige McBriar, and it's illustrated by Lori Lostetter. That's what it looks like to me, but I'll send you the information. And it has an afterword by Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Oh yeah.
And it's yes, ma'am. I read this book. I had a copy of this book, and I shared it with Mary from the book gallery. So she did it on her Moments with Mary last week, the week before last.
Okay.
So if you were to visit the small African village of Kissinger in the rolling hills of western Uganda, and if you were to take a left at the crossroads and follow a narrow dirt path between the 2 banana groves, you will come to the home of a girl named Beatrice. Beatrice lives here with her mother and 5 younger brothers and sisters in a sturdy mud house with a fine steel roof. The house is new. So is the shiny blue wooden furniture inside. In fact, many things are new to Beatrice and her family lately. Okay, so what this is about, that's the opening. And it's about, this book is from Heifer International, and it's a nonprofit organization working hunger and poverty and save the earth through gifts of farm animals and training. Over the course of 60 years, Heifer has helped 4.5 million people striving for self-reliance in 128 countries, including the United States. The ideal is simple and it works. Instead of providing hungry families with a temporary source of food, Heifer International provides the living loan of an animal. A family's health and standard of living is greatly improved by what the animal can provide. This can be milk from a cow or goat, eggs from poultry, draft powder from water buffalo, or wool from llamas. Heifer also provides training in animal care and in farming methods that preserve the environment. Each family in turn passes on these gifts to another family in need, creating a chain of hope that lifts entire communities. So this story is about a goat that changed the economic situation of the family. And Beatrice was able to go to school because of the gift of one goat, who in turn birthed twins. So that changed the family's economics. So when I read the first page, they moved from a less desirable home to a more desirable home because they were able to uplift themselves. And Beatrice was able to go to school. So I will send you that information in case anybody wants.
Where did Beatrice live?
Uganda.
Okay, so she lived on a land where she could put a goat. Because I know Heifer gives
right
people put cattle.
Right, so they give gifts of animals.
Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, they received the gift. They received the gift of a goat, and they sold the milk from the goat, and the goat gave them the goat was pregnant with twins. So that helped to uplift the family. So you'll just say, give you a fish and you'll eat for a day, or so I can teach you how to fish and you can eat for a time.
Right. I see. Wow, they gave him a goat that was carrying 2 more. I see what you're saying. And the milk, and what else did the goat produce besides the meat also, and milk, and what else?
Well, milk.
Yeah, okay.
Milk. They sold the milk.
Okay.
So because of the milk, the Beatrice was able to go to school, and the family was able to build a better housing.
Wow.
So it helped to lift them out of poverty.
Okay. Very good. Thanks for reading that story. Anybody have any questions to ask Lynette?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, thanks, Lynette. And
I like to say that I did get that Malcolm Little book.
You get what? You get what, Lynette?
I did get that Malcolm Little book that I saw at your house for Trey.
Oh, you did? Y'all read it already? Did you and Trey read?
No, ma'am. I have not really seen him. So I have not seen him since I've gotten the book, because I was on vacation for a week, so I haven't seen him this week, and I won't see him today, so I may see him tomorrow.
Well, I'm so glad you got it, because the children on this call had never heard of Malcolm Little. So and if Trey hadn't, he'll be introduced to this great man who did so much for people of color around the world. They'll get to learn something about his story. That's just fantastic. You just gotta keep reading and learning all of these stories about all these great people, and hopefully they'll inspire us to be great. Harry, Michelle, Mary Ann, Solomon. Yeah, let's be great. Well, Vicky, are you reading next?
Well, yeah, I go. John Grisham has been put down today.
You put John Grisham down?
I put John Grisham down today. The story I was reading was too long because the book was too thick. So I let that ride for a minute.
Okay.
Today I'm getting William Tress book, The New Populist Party.
Okay.
Because you know Tress is very big on politics. So
You sure is.
Charles Wilson's heart rate accelerated as he prepared to address 75 or so citizens congregated at a rally on the grounds of the Mississippi Capitol, downtown Jackson. He took deep breath and approached the podium and steps. Then he faced the crowd and gave them a big smile. He was a spokesman for the New Populist Party. The organization's key agenda was membership recruitment. Party leaders sought to capitalize on the growing number of disproportionate voters with both Republican and Democratic parties by appealing to message the economics for all. The party's political platform rendered the need of the average Americans to attempt to make ends meet. The party's board of directors unanimously voted to appoint Charles as a spokesman, the spokesman. All 10 members were in attendance. Charles pondered over opening statement and mentally because his voice, tone, and every word were important. The heated discussion at the meeting previous night lingered on Charles's mind briefly. Although the most members voted Hillary Clinton, Charles openly disagreed with the members' several key issues. He sided with the President Trump, some moral and social issues. The mere fact that Charles sided with President Trump in any manner, agreed. Two members of Betsy Ross screamed loud. Charles jerked and nervously when she stood. Henry Evans banged his fist on the table and yelled, "Let's quiet down now. Somebody has got to give some sense around, have some sense around here." "I agree," Charles interjected. He added, "Thank you, Betsy Ross, for your energy. We need your fierce spirit to make things work." "Well, I will be watching for you since you have the right energy to make things work," Betsy said. Charles graciously added, "Very good. Everyone needed to be held and accountable. But I assure you, Ms. Ross, in the end, you will be pleased." When the news media addressed, all eyes were on Charles. He cleared his throat, reviewed his notes, looked upon, and stated, humorous, thunderous voice, "Good people, thank you for allowing me to share with you this afternoon. I am Charles Wilson," he said. He smiled and began, he smiled, big smile, and began, and again. "If politics is not about people, then we had better be about the business of making it about people. If politics is not about people, then we had better be about the business of making politics about people," he declared. "We the people, by the people, so help me God. Politics the people business. We are the people. Everyone standing here today is important," Charles declared. The county belongs to the people. Let's get this right. Let's make this right. Over the country, small farmers stated, Populist Party, they made it right. Charles said and paused. Back then, it was about resources. Today, it's about resources. No Medicaid, no Medicare cuts, Charles yelled. Health care for all. He paused and the crowd cheered. Opportunities for all, he screamed and waved a $20 bill. Henry Evans started clapping and the crowd followed suit. What did the farmers do generations ago? Charles asked, mid-tone of voice. Let me tell you, Charles took a step back and took a step forward. The farmers formed the voting bloc. Politicians felt their voices. The votes of the farmers lined the thread in the pockets of the politicians. The votes of the farmers lined the thread in the pockets of politicians. The demands of the farmers were heard. The demands were publicly announced, he stated, and laughed out loud. Those farmers were not shy. Are you shy? Well, if you are shy, let me tell you, my friend, you are going to set the record straight right now. Through all those shy bones, anyway, shy bones away. Let mountain, can't I get a fed? Let a mouth, can't get fed, he declared. Guess what we are making what we are making no more wooden nickels. Why? Guess what? We are not making any more wooden nickels. Why? We can't spend wooden nickel. They are no good. Every law there is a no good and has to go. Charles paused again. My friends, the minimum wage is about a wooden nickel. We are telling the people, representatives of the senators, and the governor of Mississippi that the 7.25% an hour is insufficient. Don't give us the wooden nickel, he retorted. My friend, you can hear Charles asked, very loudly turning his head and slightly cupping his hand near his ears. The crowd roared. The board members stood and everyone else followed suit. When the crowd quieted down, and reporters asked, what makes the new Populist Party any different from the established political parties? The people should know first and foremost that the new Populist Party for the people. We are here for the working class. Visit us online, www.thenewpopulistparty.org. Call us, stop by our headquarters on State Street, email us. We want to hear from everyone. We want people to know us and what is important to them. The board members might pass a party. The board members mingle, and in the crowd, pass the party push cards. Connect to the new Populist Party. We are on the Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, Charles announced from the podium. Several board members held their phones in their ears. Shortly afterwards, the few people that of their cell phones in front of them put it in front of their fingers to work. Charles said, "Let the people have their phones in their hands. We pray that you follow the New Populist Party online." He added, "Thank you so much." Suddenly, Henry Evans yelled. Charles gave the people an overview of the history of the New Populist Party. "Ladies and gentlemen, I just gave you my closing line." Henry recommending I continue. "Do you want to continue?" Charles asked. A lady yelled out, "Carry on." Another lady yelled, "More." A man then said, "Take it away." "Well, I won't hold them much longer, but I really appreciate your enthusiasm," Charles declared. The New Populist Party was founded on the idea formed in the late 1890s by the original Populist Party. At the time, the farming and the creators advocates promoted the economy through the political protest. On the national level, President Woodrow Wilson and President Franklin D. Roosevelt enhanced most of the Populist Party demands into law. The New Deal legislation, preparing for our infrastructure, and creating jobs were ideas of the populist movement going forward. Our party combined the durable, conservative, liberal, and moderate views which exist since 1960 into our framework. And the Mississippi governor, never heard of him, James K. Vardaman. Anybody heard of Vardaman? James K. Vardaman, who served from 04 to 98, who served from 1904 to 1908, was a friend of local farmers. Governor Vardaman pacified farmers in editing the lease of convicts to plantation owners and railroads. Governor Theodore Bilbo, 1916 to 1920, and 1928 to 32, was also a friend of the small farmers and business. Governor Bilbo enacted many of the views of the Populist Party, even though the party disparted before the turn of the 20th century. The Populist Party formed voting blocs and influenced government from the local level all the way to DC. In his Gettysburg Address, November 19, 1863, President Lincoln stated, "Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth." You see that the aides of Abraham Lincoln were no longer significant. The ideas of were no longer significant. And the two parties system, the main plank was New Populist Party is restoring concept of government, the people, of the people, for the people. We are going to demand our votes to be counted. We will not be overlooked. Charles stood close to the microphone and said, "Thank you for great listening ears. My time is up. The New Populist Party is hosting a reception tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. It is free and open to the public. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow. Bring a friend. See you there." Any questions?
Okay, here's a picture of Governor Vardaman. See it?
Okay.
And also Governor James Kimball Vardaman was a newspaper man before he used to be the editor of the Greenwood Enterprise. And
Okay.
then 1896, he founded a paper called Greenwood Commonwealth. I think that paper is still in existence. One of my book events was in that a paper in 2013. Vardaman was not a friend to us. Anyway, let's.
That's why they say he served from 1904 to 08. Was a friend of local farmers.
Yeah, he didn't want them to give us money for schools. He didn't want for black people. He didn't want us to vote. He didn't want us to hold off. He didn't want to do nothing. But anyway, I wanted to ask the children, had y'all ever heard of the concept of a wood nickel?
No, ma'am.
What do you think that means? Don't give me no wood nickels. Okay. Yeah, have you ever had 5 nickels is how much money? It's 25 cents.
Ma'am,
5 nickels is 25 cents. What could you buy with 5 nickels at the store? Probably some candy, right?
so,
Well, if you had 10 nickels, you might could buy some potato chips, right?
ma'am,
If you had 10 nickels, you probably could buy some potato chips, right? They'll be 50 cents.
probably.
So if you had a wooden nickel, the clerk at the cash register might not accept it, right?
Yes,
If your
ma'am.
nickel was wooden instead of the copper. Well, that's what it means, that giving someone something that's not valuable. You can't exchange, it's not worth anything. That's what it means. Don't give me no wooden nickels. That's what the whole concept. And I was just wondering, had y'all ever heard that? Mary Ann, you and Michelle ever heard that before? Michelle shaking her head.
Somebody has heard of wood nickels?
No, they hadn't heard it yet. But anyway, what did y'all think about the story that Vicky was reading about? Did anything that she read about resonate with you as children?
What caught my attention was when he was noticing that the governor, Bilbo, had leased convicts to plant at least convicts to plantations. The convicts were leased to the plantations.
Corruption. And then you already know who was lined up in the leasing. Probably mostly black men.
Yeah.
And then and at that time we were definitely railroaded into the jails and all of that. Wow. So anyway, so his book is a novella, but it's historic fiction because some of his story is actually true, even though he has characters in there. So that's why I was trying to see did any of it resonate with any of the young people. But anyway, so does anyone have any questions to ask Miss Vicky? Or Mary Ann, can you read us a book? We still have some time. You have another book you can read?
Yeah,
Okay,
let me go get it.
okay. Hey, Solid Mike, you doing good over there?
I can read one of my stories.
Okay, well, go ahead, read one of your stories, and she can read when she get back. Go ahead. Miriam? Okay.
The next story is called Zeb the Yak. This is
What's the
Zeb.
name? What's the name of it?
Zeb the Yak.
Okay, hold on one second. Miriam, he's got a quick one. He's reading, then you read after him, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Harry.
This is Zeb. Zeb is a yak. Zeb is a little yak. Zeb is not big yet.
What kind of animal is that?
A yak.
Oh, look like a goat, don't it?
Zeb will be big and look like this. Zeb will be like a big dad, like his big dad. Then Zeb will go thud, thud, thud. That's his dad.
Okay.
Zeb is with his mom. His mom will eat grass. Zeb can eat grass. Then Zeb and mom will nap. Zeb and his mom and dad live on this cold hills. Lots of yaks live with Zeb and his mom and dad. Yaks cut big paths on the hill. Big yaks go thump, thump, thump. Big yaks go thud, thud, thud. The paths get big. No grass on this yak's path. Zeb can look up. Zeb can see lots of blue, and you can see the sun. Zeb is one glad yak. Zeb will go thud, thud, thud. And that's the end.
Okay, so tell us something about the characters you just read about, Harry.
So the main character is Zeb, and he's a yak, and he's a baby yak. And when he grows up, he'll be like his mom and dad, and he'll make paths in the mountain, in the hill.
What he'll make in the mountain and the hills?
No, he'll make paths. He'll make paths on the hill.
Oh, paths, like walking paths.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, thank you for that story. Okay, so what you got? Anybody else have any question before Miriam starts reading? Okay, Miriam, you can go ahead with your story.
Okay. So this is another this is called Llama Llama and the Bully Goat. Another Llama Llama books that I have.
Bully goat. It's is that bully goat or Billy goat?
Bully Goat.
Oh, that's a goat that bullies.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Llama llama, busy day, writing, counting pictures, clay. Roll a pancake, draw the sun. Almost everyone has fun.
What they doing at the table?
They're drawing and playing with clay.
Okay.
Time for circle, time for song, time to clap and sing along. Kitty, rhino, sheep, and calf, llama, Nellies, and giraffe all sing songs in their own way. Moo, billow, baa, bray. Llama llama claps the beat. Gilroy goat just points and bleats. Sheep goes baa and calf goes moo. Gilroy thinks that's silly too. Llama Llama likes to sing. Gilroy laughs at everything. Llama sings out just the same. Gilroy says a not nice name. Teacher has some things to say. Calling names is not okay. Being mean is not allowed. Teacher says to stop it now. Time for recess. Go outside, monkey bars, and slippy slides. Nelly Dolly makes a road. Fuzzy Llama pulls a load. Kids climb up and kids climb down. Everybody runs around. Nelly's Dolly wants to dig. Fuzzy drives a great big rig. Gilroy stands in Fuzzy's way. Gilroy, do you want to play? Gilroy beats and kicks the dirt. He gets sand on Llama's shirt. Gilroy throws some dirt at Nelly. Ha ha! Hold on, give me a second. Okay, got it. Sorry. Haha, dolls are really smelly. Gilroy pushes Fuzzy balls. Haha, Llama plays with dolls. Gilroy snickers, laughs, and kicks. Gilroy tosses toys and sticks. Gilroy stomps on Llama's coat. Gilroy is a bully goat. Gilroy, this is not okay. Stop it or we'll go away. Being bullied is not fun. Walk away and tell someone. Gilroy fusses, frowns, and pouts. Gilroy gets a long time out. Teacher says, let's try again. Gilroy, can you be a friend? No more kicking, no more names. Time to play in life circle. End of recess, back inside. Gilroy sits by teacher's side. Everybody sings the song. This time, Gilroy sings along. Gilroy Goat has fun with Llama, but school is over. Here comes Mama. Tomorrow has more games to try. See you then. Friends wave goodbye.
That was it, Marianne?
Yep.
Oh, that was a good story. So give us a summary of the story and then tell us the story, the moral of that story, because that story had a moral.
Okay, so basically, there was a bully called Gilroy in the book, and he was bullying all of his classmates and not being very nice. And the moral of the story is don't bully.
All right. That's right. No bullying, no name calling. All right. So we still have a few more minutes. And so I'm gonna read a page or two of Malcolm Little. Malcolm Little, you guys, became Malcolm who? He became Malcolm X. Okay, so the little children were happy and romped endlessly around the little home and land in Omaha, Nebraska. Malcolm was the middle child, and well, Malcolm was different. He was full of questions, a natural leader, and a fun-loving prankster. And along with his brothers and sisters, he was always up to something. Okay, so y'all see this picture? This is Malcolm here, playing with his siblings in Omaha, Nebraska. Oh, okay. When Malcolm was 4 years old, something horrifying happened that he would never forget. One night, while the little family was sound asleep and the percussive hiss hum of the cricket song whistled quietly in the darkness, the loud crackle of a blazing fire awakened them. Terror clutched Malcolm's heart as he realized the blaze was consuming their home. Fortunately, Malcolm and his family escaped the raging inferno, and they watched in disbelief as their beloved home burnt to the ground. They would later learn that the flames had been set by townspeople who disagreed with their family's belief about universal equality and justice. The fire was a sad sign of ignorance and tolerance. Y'all see the kids standing outside watching their house burn? Oh my God, you know they say when your house is burning, all your clothes and your jewelry, your dishes and your bed, everything that burn in a house fire. Uh-oh. What is this picture look like? You respond to Mary Ann?
Okay, the picture looks like somebody's helping them build a new house or rebuild the house.
Yes, when I saw that, I got happy. But nothing would stop Earl and Louise Little from moving forward. Despite the great loss of their house and all their belongings, they vowed to rebuild their lives, armed not with material possessions, but instead with optimism and faith. After all, Earl and Louise knew that possessions come and go, but faith, love, perseverance will sustain them. Earl purchased 6 acres of land in Lansing, Michigan. Oh, they moved from Omaha, Nebraska, and set out to build a new home for his family. He would construct it with his own hands from the ground. Earl built the house nail by nail and brick by brick, only buying a new piece of hardware when he had enough money to pay for it. So it took him a while. They moved and gradually he bought the material and he started building his home. It didn't happen overnight, but they were making it happen. Papa, Malcolm asked, how come we don't have windows in our house? Earl answered with total confidence, son, when we can afford the glass, our frames will be filled. He leaned over to look squarely into Malcolm's eyes. All good things begin with a fundamental structure. From that moment on, whenever Malcolm felt the wind blow through those empty window frames, instead of wondering when the glass would come, he would think of his father's unstoppable optimism and faith. Okay, there's a word, optimism. What does optimism mean? Anybody got a definition?
Positive and negative.
Optimism is positive. Yes, it's looking at the bright side of everything. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Now, what do you think is happening in this illustration? This is Earl Little. What is he doing?
It looks like he's preaching.
All right. It don't look like he preaching to the choir either. Okay, so Earl Little, Malcolm's father, would preach about faith, self-reliance, and hard work to thousands of people gathered at local churches and assemblies. Okay, well, we have this word here. It says self-reliance. So tell me, what does self-reliance mean?
To rely on yourself.
Very good, Mr. Harry. I love that answer. The grown-ups in the audiences listened intently, their eyes fixed on Earl, their ears on his words, and their souls on his message. With arms raised high and eyes piercing with sincerity, Earl Little stirred the deepest parts of their beings. Malcolm felt the electricity in the room as the dignity and self-respect of those in attendance would steadily rise. The meetings were charged with the group's collective desire to create their own opportunities and to lead better lives. Malcolm's father reminded them that they were not merely the descendants of slaves, but that their African ancestors built some of the greatest civilizations ever recorded in history. And they too could stand together and build a bright future for their children. These were lessons of hope and self-determination that Malcolm would grow to love. Malcolm sat with rapt attention as his father's uplifting messages proclaimed freedom, justice, and equality for all. Now, I just want you to just guess. I'm gonna stop right there. Just guess. What do you think Malcolm became if he was influenced by his father?
A preacher.
And yes, and a speaker and someone with a message to his race of self-determination, self-reliance, and building. Now that is one of the reasons why he was so great. I'm just falling in love with the story. Even I've read a few books on Malcolm X. This really, it's always good to know what a man was like or a woman when they were a child. Because a child is influenced by the parents and the people in their village. Sometimes the village is the aunts and uncles and teachers or whatever. But anyway, this is I can't wait to finish this. I'm gonna read some more of it next week. So I think we're down to the wire now. Can you guys tell me something about that y'all enjoyed today, or something that you enjoyed reading this month, or what you plan to read this month?
Miss Meredith,
Yes.
I just want to say thank you. We gotta go because our tablet is dying.
Okay.
So thank you so much,
Bye.
and see you
Bye,
guys next
Michelle. So
month.
glad to see you guys. See you all next month.
All right, bye everybody.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, anybody want to share anything that they read this month, or what they plan to read, or anything that they enjoyed, any of the stories they enjoyed today?
I enjoyed all of them, Miss Mary. It's wonderful. Wonderful
Me
hearing
too.
you read.
Thank you, Miss Georgia.
Loved
I
it.
enjoyed them too.
Thank
Can
you.
my granddaughter participate? She's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely, y'all. Send me her email and I'll add her to the list so that when we read, she can join us on Zoom anywhere, because Michelle is in Belize in Central America. So Zoom, we can,
Yes.
yeah, we could be connected online anywhere now. But
She
thank
turned
you
8
for
years
coming.
old. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for being who you are.
Okay. Glad you
Keep
could
up the
come.
good.
Thank you,
Keep,
Miss Georgia.
yes, ma'am.
Our meeting is, I don't know if you got the invitation, but it's on the third Saturday,
Wait a minute. Which meeting?
the investment club.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Thank
so thank you. Anybody else want to make a comment before we end?
Yeah. I enjoyed spending time with you and reading with all of you.
Oh, thank you. We really enjoy you guys too. Yeah, it's
Right.
always fun. It's once a month, but I really enjoy it. It's like one of the highlights of the month. Yeah, we're listening to all these stories. Look, Lynette done put up a big red heart. Y'all see her big red heart? Okay. Well, Miss Vicky, you didn't read about John Grisham today, but we enjoyed that story about that wood nickel. And we're not going to take no wood nickels. Because we can't spend no wood nickels.
Now we can't spend no with nickels.
Okay.
I looked at this and I know how much he's into politics. And I saw, well, I got to give some of his, new populist party.
Yeah, he would be so proud that you read it. I'm gonna call him and tell him. I'll say, yeah, your buddy Vicky, she put down on John Grisham and read something about the new popular party.
See, he should feel very thankful. I put Grisham down.
Yeah, you put your favorite author down. Right. Uh-huh. Well, I tell you what, the stories that all of the young people read was important. I really enjoyed the stories about the bullying, the animals, what the animals eat, and how they are influenced by their parents and all of that. It was, somebody got something that says definition meaning. The sparkling heart emoji shows a pink or red love heart surrounded by a number of yellow or white glistening stars meant to give the impression that the heart is sparkling or shining. The emoji is used to represent deep love, affection, or for the desire of a place or thing. Okay. I see. Oh, okay. That's the definition of the emoji that Miss Lynette posted. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay. Well, it's been another good Learning Tree Book Club meeting, you guys. Happy reading or writing. And I see you guys next month, first Saturday.
By any means necessary.
All right, Becca Baxter.
See you guys.
All right, see you guys later.
All right. Peace and happiness.
Peace and
Bye-bye.
happiness, peace and love.
Peace and love. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Contact
Bye-bye.
friend. Bye.